Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to McAdee's Entertainment. I'm your host as always, Adam McGahee. As always, I wanted to give a huge thanks to all of you helping grow this channel like crazy. We have broken a huge milestone and have officially crossed the 6,000 subscriber threshold. This was a huge goal for me, and I cannot believe how much this channel has grown in the past year, and it's honestly all thanks to all of your constant comments and support. You all are the true heroes. We continue today in our series breaking down the wild, interesting, and rather bizarre multiverse from the Marvel What If comics. In our last video, we covered the full violent story of the gunslinging web-swinger himself, Punisher Spiderman. I will have that video linked in the title card and the description below. In today's video, we'll be going over a rather twisted what if tale if long-term Spider-Man villain, the Green Goblin, had acquired the iconic Infinity Gauntlet. Green Goblin has seen quite the fan renaissance since his return as the main villain in Spider-Man No Way Home, and man, it was good to see Willem Dafoe in the suit again, especially getting to see him Batista bomb Tom Holland through several floors. Best part of the movie. After all these years since his introduction as Green Goblin, he still remains one of the top movie villains in my opinion, just due to him being straight up chaotic evil. Dude is just bad for the sake of being bad, and I'm here for it. So just imagine the twisted mind of our green-clad gliding friend coming in possession of the one device that can rewrite all of reality as he sees fit. Well, that's going to be our story today. So without further ado, grab some turkey, sit back, relax, and enjoy the full twisted story on what if the Green Goblin had the Infinity Gauntlet. Who is he? Infinity Green Goblin, aka Norman Osborn, is a super-powered criminal mastermind from the depths of the Marvel Multiverse. He made his first appearance in the pages of What If Infinity Dark Reign #1 back in 2015. He comes from Earth 14154, but his origins were very similar to his main universe counterparts from Earth 616. Of course, things took a slight detour timeline-wise when the dude got his hands on one of the most powerful artifacts to exist, the iconic Infinity Gauntlet. The story actually begins way back in the past when our favorite wave-sporting baddie was just a little boy. Here we see Norman's father, who was a dead ringer for J. Jonah Jameson, including the anger issues, furious at little Normie for taking his tools. Osborn Sr., being the jerk that he was, busted out a belt ready to punish little Norman for his disobedience. Before he could lay a hand on the boy, Papa Norman was then enveloped by bizarre energy, which transported him into a superpowered battlefield. Shocked, confused, and completely out of place, Osborn Sr., revealed to be named Ambrose, reached out to an equally confused Captain America, who he had believed died during World War II. Not having time to give his whole rundown, Cap saved Ambrose from a nearby blast and asked him just what he was doing here. Before he could answer, the pair are then interrupted by the Sentry, who was at war by Cap and the others. However, before Blondie could get in a hit, he was then zapped to pieces by a powerful entity. The all-powerful being was then revealed to be Norman Osborn, armed with the Dark Avengers, and dripped out with a purple suit, green dress shirt, purple tie, the Infinity Gauntlet, and the tightest waves ever. Hey, no matter what world he's from, Green Goblin always gotta show off the drip. Norman then orders his Dark Avengers to destroy Cap's Avengers, which results in the deaths of Vision and several others. Thor and the rest try to get the jump on Infinity Osborn, who then one-ups Thanos and turns all the heroes present to dust instead of half of them. Man sent them all back to formula. Norman's band of goth supers then asks why he didn't do that super move before, where he then tells them that it was a repeat of past events, and then snaps them all back to their supervillain lair. He then teleports his still very confused father into the middle of space, where they stood on an asteroid. He asked his suddenly adult son to explain himself and just what in the world was going on. The Goblin then tells his father that the little boy he had tormented all those years ago had risen above and now became ruler of the entire universe and all of reality. Weird flex, but okay, bro. Ambrose then calls Norman out on this nonsense, not believing that his puny scaredy cat kid son was capable of such actions. Little Goblin Jr. then teleports he and his father to New York City, which was now his full-on goblin empire, complete with a throne and snacks for his lackeys. Ambrose then asks his son how he did all this, where Norman tells him that it was all due to the power of the Infinity Stones. He explains that he was able to get access to the most confidential files on Earth, where he was able to gather information and location of the Infinity Stones. He was then able to use his power, charisma, and overall insanity to rally a large number of Earth's supervillains together to locate the stones to achieve, as our boy Darth Sidious puts it, unlimited power. They then went throughout Earth and space to get the stones, even killing the likes of Doctor Strange and Black Panther. With all the stones gathered, Norman was then able to transform himself into his most menacing, and pretty awesome form yet, called the Goblin King, which he then used to brutally kill all of Earth's heroes and conquer the universe. Not gonna lie, that form of him is absolutely awesome. If Goblin strolled up like this in No Way Home, he's cleaning house. Sorry Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, I love you guys, but if this Goblin King is coming at y'all, you guys you kinda did. Still not impressed with this galactic conquest, Ambrose asks Norman what else he has done with this power, declaring that Osborns were inventors, and what little Norman has made here was nothing but tyranny. Norman, of course, having an answer for this, shows off his most twisted invention yet, which was a time paradox of his long-term rival Spiderman having to relive the death of Gwen Stacy over and over again until the end of time. Man, that's messed up. Guys, don't show this comic to any filmmakers, okay? Andrew Garfield Spidey, he's been through enough. He can't go through this again, let alone till the end of time. Green Goblin, thinking this was the greatest thing ever, then asked his dad if he thought this was awesome, only for Ambrose to call his son a monster for what he had done. Ambrose then tells Norman that he always knew there was something wrong with him and that he should have killed him when he was a baby. Before he could finish that obscenely dark sentence, Norman then snaps his father and brainwashes him into a mindless puppet, telling him how proud of him he was and all the murder that he had caused. Seriously guys, are the writers of this comic okay? Norman then walks his now creepy robot dad over to his palace to show off the rest of his inventions, only to see that all of Norman's Dark Avengers had been violently murdered. Thinking that his awesome son had done this, Ambrose congratulates Norman on all the killing. Goblin then tells his father to shut up and that he had not done this. The slaughter is then revealed to have come from none other than our boy Thanos, who showed up to claim his Infinity Gauntlet back from the Madman. Man, Thanos is looking fresh here too. It's about to be the Battle of the Drip, everybody. Telling the big purple man he was not afraid of him, Norman transforms into his Goblin King form, where the two engage in a violent battle. Thanos tried to reason with Osborn, telling him that he knows how powerful and tempting the gauntlet was, and that Norman was using it for the wrong reasons to impress his father. He tells the Psycho that no matter how powerful the gauntlet is, it could never make someone love you, and that even in his brainwashed state, Norman would know that this so-called love his dad now displayed would never be real. Green Goblin then tells Thanos that he was wrong, and zaps the dude into a nice little charred pile of bones. Man, he didn't even have to go for the head with that one. He went for the everything. Looking on at the Mad Titan barbecue, Ambrose then reaches over to his son Norman, telling him not to listen to what Thanos said, for he will always love him. Norman then smacks his father's hand away, and then interrogates the poor brainwashed man, asking him exactly why he loved him. Ambrose then replied by telling him simply because Norman was his son. Not being a good enough answer, Norman then wipes his dad from existence for not loving him for his accomplishments. Man, Norman, what do you want, bro? A gold star sticker? I'm sure there are other solutions than just yeeting your pops out of time and space. Man, someone call Mari up here to settle this family dispute, please. Norman soon realized he had made a huge mistake, as when he did this, he then interrupted the time stream, making him a paradox that never existed. He then shouts at the gauntlet to bring him back, and that he was a god, only to vanish away into nothingness, leaving the gauntlet floating in the cold recesses of space. And that is the full twisted story on If Green Goblin had the Infinity Gauntlet. I did not know about this what if story until recently, and man, it's gotta be up there for me just due to how absolutely bonkers it was. Norman Osborn is definitely a fan favorite villain for me, and for him to get power like this and make Thanos look like a good guy by comparison really speaks volumes to how insane he truly is. I love his alternate personas such as Iron Patriot and Green Goblin, and his infinity-powered Goblin King form is right up the list there for me personally. It would be awesome to get to see some of these crazier what-if comics get an animated adaptation in an upcoming season of the show, and this is definitely one I would want to be on there. What I would love more than anything though is to know what you think. Did you know this what-if story about the Green Goblin? Was there something I missed? What other comic stories should we cover? Sound off in the comments. Also be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed today's content, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon to be notified of all of our latest videos. If you enjoy the music in this channel, it is all made by my awesome friend Ognihs, and you could check out his other music in his Spotify link below. Also be sure to check out our brand new Patreon that we have made, also in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you are awesome and loved, God bless, and I will see you in the next one.